laser jet printer, let's not work on inkjet printing. It's a sheer waste of time because nobody wants it. If I ask consumer, nobody says that I want another printer on top of the laser jet printer. Then these people had different things because they extracted that, okay, this is good, but we are looking into a printer which is handy. We are looking into a printer which is cheaper per page. So the target was not to provide a better quality print, target was to give an acceptable moderate quality print while meeting the constraints of cost and size. Cost and size, those were the two requirements, big requirements. Now we have successful inkjet printers, where all it is thermal printers are also there now, handheld, buses, electricity bills, water bills. You see the scope for the inkjet, this kind of printer now, because people are using it everywhere, left and right, small handheld printers, and the applications are plenty in ATM machines, and then point of sale devices, everywhere. These are the kinds of the printers which are being used. So totally new big proposition. Today this has a bigger market share than the laser jet printer, because this is only an enterprise solution. In office, in big offices where lots of prints are needed, there you can go for this. Where you need only 10 pages print per day, or small pages, many of them where you have to carry from home to home, then this is the technology what is needed, not the other one. Okay, so I will move on to the last but one topic. Two things, of course, if you see, owned and shared, because I think both are becoming important. There are certain things which are owned and certain things which are shared. I think, for example, if you see Android kind of things, they are in this, and owned, very specific at the lower level drivers for any of the devices or something like that, they are all owned and they are not shared with others. So both are becoming important. I think this is actually an interesting chart which we use for explaining how good the new innovations, new ideas when they come in, whether from IP perspective or not, how they move. Because normally when people find out new experiences, they are all on this axis. They are not anticipated and they are not requested also. I think an example I can give you, maybe about 5-6 years back, when I was giving my car for service, first time when I went, they offered me a cup of tea in the service shop. I was wondering, what is this? A cup of tea, and I am just giving vehicle for service, and first I was treated with a cup of tea in my hand. Sir, please, bunny sir. Okay, please come in sir, sit, drink coffee, and then a person will come to me and ask for everything needed. So the way I was treated, yeah, I was looking like a king, a royal treatment to me, and I was not expecting it then. So it was actually an excitement, surprise, delightful. I was in this range then. And after some time, what happened? Same service center, same tea cup, maybe different tea, but tea also, and same way of treating, but it became required, desired, normal, because then I felt, yeah, this is the normal way I am being treated. So I got accustomed to it. So I feel, yeah, that is how I should be treated whenever I go there. And then, it is not even now, if people don't do it, I feel agitated. Why I am not given that treatment? I deserve it. So because, yeah, I am a customer, so I need that kind of treatment. So the requirement which started from here, they gradually move to this. So then I will not even expect this. When I buy a new vehicle now, I don't ask. I don't ask whether I will be given a cup of coffee or treated well when I come for service. I expect that will be done. That is expected from me, even if I don't state it. So all the features, for example, in the mobile phone also I can give another example. About I think 12 years back, just because I asked for FM radio in mobile phone, I was asked to pay 18,000 rupees. While the normal mobiles were 3,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees, for FM radio as a feature, they said for FM radio mobile you have to pay 18,000 rupees. Today, the mobile phone comes with FM radio and camera as a default almost. If it doesn't come, then there is a problem, because I need not even ask for that. It's a default feature. So that feature has moved from excitement, surprise, delightful to this essential, taken for granted threshold. So without that I don't even buy a mobile. So all new features which get into product, they move through this cycle. First they will be delighting, and then they become required, desired, and then people don't even mention about it. Because nobody, when you buy a mobile phone, say that I should be able to send an SMS. Because that is not a, people don't even state that. That is a minimum requirement. So the features in every product or the new ideas, they move from this delight to this stage, and we have to see how we can keep coming up with new things here. The requirement from the industry is what can be these new things which can make the end consumer happy. Two last slides on the IP. What an intellectual property is, because I have been using that term. It could be the invention. Invention, I would say, in simplest term, it is a problem solution pair. You encounter a problem, you define a solution for it, then it is a potential invention. A problem, a solution, together it becomes an invention. Text, photos, so you take an image when you are visiting Masai Mara sanctuary in Kenya, then that photo image of a lion hunting, it becomes your IP, intellectual property. Source code, of course, you know. Names, Philips, Samsung. If you see this Philips, no name. This looks like, yeah, it's a simple name, Philips, but nobody can use this anywhere other than Philips. How do we ensure it? This P, if you see this P, it is not a normal font. You choose any font which is available in computer today, you can't get this P. Proportion of the top part to the lower part. So we ensure that all Philips products have this Philips written on that, and no one else is expected to use that. So that is our copyright, and that is our intellectual property. We don't want anyone else to use it. Logos, yeah, that's what. Designs, I think you know the Samsung iPhone famous fight over that design, because finally Samsung had to make a statement that all rectangular boxes design is owned by Apple then, because that is the level they reached. Anything rectangular, design owned by Apple. So you can't make anything rectangular. That was the stage. But the design was IP, know-how, business intelligence, there could be many. So I think all these things, mostly intellectual property is this, you may claim, but it becomes a right. Intellectual property rights, the R part, it is only possible when it is granted by government. You may claim, this photo is mine. Did I really take it, or did I copy from someone? Did I steal the image from someone else's mobile? Don't know. I can always claim that this is mine. But when government says, yes, this belongs to him, then it becomes my right, IP right. So that is where the inventions, when we say problem solution pair, we submit it to government, and government will do a rigorous search. This rigorous search could be for 5 years, 4 years. In Japan, it could be for 9 years also. By that time, I think the product is obsolete. But after 9 years, they may say, yes, you are permitted to, you say that this is your right. This problem solving using this technique is owned by so and so. So then it becomes your right. Till then, it is not a right. So that is how the industries have to protect their intellectual property, and the whole intellectual economy is coming towards this, because this was a traditional economy. If you see, there is an R&D lab, they do innovations and they release products to the market, and revenue generated is fed back to R&D. This is a normal cycle in which industries were operating. But then, after some time, when the intellectual property, patents and all these laws came, it got modified. What is that? People, R&D lab, they have innovations, and then they license IPR, make money. So products to market is not necessary. It is not that you should have a product to sell. You need not have any product to sell. You can sit in a lab, file a patent, get a grant for the patent, and give someone else to allow someone else to use the patent, make money, and then keep the cycle going. So the loop can be R&D, innovation, IPR licensing, revenue, and back to R&D. So you can bypass the products to market. And the other one is the technology licensing. So what is the difference between IPR licensing and technology licensing? In IPR licensing, we have a patent. We say that this way of solving you can take, and per piece you have to give me 10 rupees. Whenever you sell it in the market, you have to give me 10 rupees to that, something like that. That is the IPR licensing. In technology licensing, this is a problem, this is a solution. I will give you the solution also. Code, chip, SOC, whatever is needed, system on chip, everything I will give. You can insert it in your system and solve it. But then, for every product sold, you cannot give me 10 rupees now, you have to give me 1000 rupees, because I am giving you chip, solution, everything for you, not just the one sheet of paper. So then it is complete technology which is licensed here, and that means you have R&D innovation, technology licensing and revenue generation. So that is how the two differ, and this has become the new intellectual economy. Means you can collect economy because of your IPR and because of technology licensing, not because you have a product in the market to sell. Okay, so I think we are almost, yeah, last slide. What are the takeaways? Be ready for the new ecosystem, welcoming you beyond academics. You are moving away from academic to a new ecosystem, new industry, new way of working. One could be in software, one could be in hardware, one could be in audio, video, one could be something else, telecom, mobility, so many things, services, whatever it is. So be ready for the new ecosystem. Remember the innovation opportunities. That zeal for success, remember that video where the zeal is needed, that I have to succeed, and only then I think the success will be yours. And of course, IP will play a significant role towards the role, towards success in business. Remember these things, that is what I expect to be the takeaway from this session. Okay, success. I wish all of you success. Questions? If there are any?
The world is looking at India, and is it because of the large population we have which can bring their products, or because of some other reason like innovation, or coming up with these products?
Actually, it is for all the reasons, not just for one. I think knowing the number of world companies which are having Indians as CEO, you must be knowing. It is not that they are the ones who are buying it. For their competency, they have been kept in that place. So they have been hired, they have taken as CEOs for what companies I did not list here. So for the competency, already India is there. And market, of course, it's a huge market with so much of potential. I think even a cart vendor also has 2 mobile phones and 3 SIM cards in his 2 mobile phones. So that is a kind of reach one can have. So I think with if everybody can also use the credit card and then use the digital economy in the right way, it's a totally different market to explore. And I think, and the way the competencies are growing also here, I think it is for all reasons, it's here.
There is academia industry, and we all know this product engineering doesn't take place in academia. The proof of concept is a large value concept. It's well known. You must be knowing, we all know. Because both of them don't come to the meeting. In abroad, it's not like that. Companies work with the academia, try to get the proof of concept, then take it up. Whatever you said is correct, but it's not happening here. Why companies are not trying to come with academia here in this country? This is the main problem.
At least I think for the scale, what is needed, it is always possible in India, because I see that there are lots of opportunities. It is not that only academia has to solve a particular industry problem. That is not the way I expect industry academics to come together. No, it might, yeah, because the resources needed are also entirely different. Because I don't want academics to solve all the industry problems. But if academics can create the right kind of ecosystem, no, developing good manpower, that is already a fantastic interface with the industry. If all these people, if they are with industries and they are coming back to link to Sahyadri, what else is needed for a success? Because it is ultimately your students who are there, they have the link to your parent institution also. So that is one way, because that is not the only way.
The manpower support.
Manpower is one, because these are the people who can bring back, yeah, this is needed, this is not needed. These kind of things are to be done in academia. And academia's focus is different, because their focus itself is not to make money by coming up with products. Their focus is to train people who can get into hundreds of industries and work in the industrial environment. So their purpose is not to make them. So if you can get good students as output, and as a byproduct also in training them have a link with industry, that is I think already a good enough challenge.
So you see you have 5 kilowatts being solar like the whole line.
Yeah.
Transfer it to the grid.
Yeah.
Like how do you do it?
Actually, there are solution providers for this. You actually apply to the MESCOM, BESCOM, HESCOM, CHESCOM, whatever it is. They share, they actually, I don't want to say share, they leak the information of so and so wants to set up a plant in their home, they have applied, and all of them will start calling you. Sir, I will do it for you, sir. I will do it for this rate, sir. I will do it. So they will run behind you. You can choose whom they want. And the technology, if you say, it is about by having a phase lock loop inverter. The inverter will generate a sine wave which is leading from the grid sine wave. Grid has a sine wave, right? And this will generate a sine wave which is leading from the grid sine wave. So because of that leading, I think you know the power is that sine theta expression. So as the angle increases, more power can be pushed. The angle is increased by how much of insulation is there. More insulation, more leading angle. Less insulation, less leading angle. That is the realization. But how it is to be done? There are optimal, delta. There are so many inverters which can be bought from outside. So you can just connect the solar input to it and grid from the other side. It will take care of everything. That it deploys this kind of algorithm inside. I hope I have understood, explained from both the sides.
I will congratulate you on behalf of everybody, sir. So your lecture was very good. The young friends, they have taken a lot of things from your lecture, and I noted a lot of things from this lecture. Just now, Professor, you were mentioning academia and industry. It is not taken right now. Definitely, it will take in future years. And innovation and and benefits and concerns. And definitely, it was a very nice lecture. And for this occasion, actually, the student project program is also on this occasion. We are organizing this program since 38 years to encourage young minds to come up with very innovative ideas and good concepts. And for the products, at the end of the day, it has to be come out the product for the societal benefit. Actually, it was very good. And once again, I congratulate on behalf of Sahyadri family and Karnataka. Definitely, we won't, give up, and we will take our vision and mission to reach our goals. Thank you very much. Once again, I thank Dr. Narendra on this occasion for delivering very valuable and wonderful lecture on this morning. Thank you very much, sir. I request Professor Bushi